Hello. My potatoes were okay. They were pretty good. So what have I been doing today? Well, today's been pretty busy at work. The showroom is starting to get really spooky now. It doesn't feel right. Normally, on an average day, if you look out through the goldfish bowl windows, um, there's typically six or seven or people just milling around, looking at stuff and playing on the radios, whatever. I don't, all sorts. And it's pretty busy. The phones are sort of going and that sort of stuff. Today, it's a bit different because obviously the phones now are all diverted off to the salesmen's mobiles, and they're all now dealing with all the phone calls, at home. So the phones don't really ring in the showroom, so it's quiet. I'm thinking, what the hell? And there's no one in the showroom. We're sort of like locked in. There's just like there's me in one corner. There's someone else in the other. It's like, hello, is there anybody here? But no, it's all right. It's we are really actively doing this keeping up this social distancing thing. There are the boxes are coming in. We're gloved up. We've got masks on hand if we want them, and all that sort of stuff to kind of as the stuff comes in. But it's really really crackers. I am still coming to terms with this. It's just bizarre. Anyway, magazines. I thought I'd mention these. The shop copy of this is the office copy of our radio user. Obviously, we've got adverts and stuff on. So when customers ring up and they say, "Oh, I've seen your advert in such and such," we've got like an office copy. So I borrowed it, right, and just have a read. And they're talking about the AOR 5700 there, and that's a really nice little radio, actually. Quite like that. What else are they doing in there? They've got quite a few like review type things in here, and just a little observation. They're saying what's new, and that's that box chip thing, the S900A. Network radio is not my cup of tea, and I make no bones about it. I absolutely dislike it. But other than that, there's a reasonable few things in there. But a little observation, all right, I think that I know that there's always been adverts. I mean, including where I work, and there's always been adverts in magazines, and that's how they make their money. At the end of the day, they've got to pay for the paper, they've got to pay for the everything, and as it goes with the rate that magazines sell now, you're finding that this is £5 now for a magazine. £5. I mean, they used to be, what was it, £1.99 when I was a lad, back in the day. But £5. Anyway, that's how it is. But in my opinion, they're getting thinner. Okay, they're getting really really thin, and they're not only in thin in sort of physically thin, they're actually getting really really thin in sort of technical articles. And just I'm going to point out, I've got another magazine as well, which Sprat. Now I love this magazine. These guys have always done a good job, and a friend of mine, a Silent Key actually now, he's Bill, he got me into this magazine years and years ago, and he would send me his copies and stuff like that, and but since then obviously I've become a member of the GQRP club, and I've got to give them some money actually. But this is absolutely full of technical stuff. I mean, it's a little tiny magazine. It's it's about, it's £1.50 a copy essentially. It's £6 a year membership, and you get 4 magazines a year quarterly. But inside this tiny little magazine, right, you've got stuff, people making things, and bit of electronics, actual, stuff. And every single page near enough is technical. You can build yourself a radio out of it, that sort of thing. And I absolutely love that. I mean, I've got so much information out of it in the past. Absolutely love it, and I'm still going. Honestly, there's so much in this tiny little thing, and it kind of puts sort of some of those to a bit of shame, really. That's my 2 pennies worth. So, magazine people, get some more technical stuff in there. But I do wonder whether or not there are still quite as many sort of technical people around. I mean, back in days when Bill would tell me that every radio ham was a bit of an aficionado. It's not always the case now, and I think that's a crying shame. I think that's not to say there's anything wrong, but it would be nice, I think, if there were a few more aficionados in the hobby. That could impart their knowledge, because there's a huge proportion of radio hams are just eager to learn, and we've got to try and gather as much knowledge as possible. And that's why I got into amateur radio, to be honest. I was really into electronics, and I just wanted to learn so much. And I'm still, every single day, is sort of something new to learn. And so obviously things like Sprat magazine are an absolute godsend. So yeah, I think that'll do this evening. It's only a short one. I haven't burnt any food this evening, which is good. So yeah, thank you very much. See you soon.